back to Gauteng Live, your premier platform for everything lifestyle, entertainment, visitor economy, right here in the golden province of Gauteng, where everything starts. We're back. I'm still with Sis T from South African Tourism, the Chief Marketing Officer, having our leisurely talk as we come back from our 8-kilometer walk. And this walk was dedicated to closing the Mandela Month, which has been July in style. We're here at the Union Buildings. Just news coming out of India yesterday is Mandela Legacy Sites have now been declared World Heritage Sites. Round of applause, shout outs to Gauteng for having its second World Heritage Site and the 11th one in the country just in 30 years. A remarkable achievement to have this country just in 30 years being able to have 11 World Heritage Sites. But I guess the central pillar that has been gluing all these things together has been the phenomenal leadership of Tata Nelson Mandela. And with this walk dedicated to him and the 30 years of democracy, what does this mean? Do we really appreciate the impact this global statement had for the country, for us locals, but also the impact it has in the world? And how does this shape up our continued narrative of encouraging everybody to visit South Africa?
I think it's huge. And I think then it is our responsibility to bring it to life, because I don't think many South Africans know about this. We need to share the news and, craft. I'm excited, when you craft a tour in and around all of that. So I think it gives us another asset to work with from a tourism perspective. And you'll be surprised. I mean, I was born in Soweto. I'm a 78 baby, and most of us don't even know our own history. And I don't think that our own history is taught very well in schools. I think through tourism, we can now start to teach our history. What was interesting? I was watching the Paris Olympics and the opening ceremony. I mean, literally a masterclass in destination marketing. 101, where they just educated you on everything you needed to know about Paris. So what if the job is yours, Mr. Gauteng, to educate people about everything you need to know about Joburg. And in there, it's our history. It is the heritage sites that have been now ordained. And it's a big deal. And you need to make people know that it's a big deal. And again, I go back to the conversations we've had a lot of times around, we need to take this, it's ours, it's our assets. So if we don't own it and make it our assets, somebody else is going to do that for us, like a piano.
Exactly.
They will take it and make it their own. So this is ours. It's our job to make sure that the history stands as ours. It's our job to make sure that we educate our people about it, because they don't know about it, half of them. I mean, most of the people, they don't know anything about, they don't know enough about our history. So let's get the schools to create tours in and around our heritage sites. Let's get the kids knowing about it. Let's build packages, for people to #come visit South Africa and experience the heritage sites that are linked to Tata Nelson Mandela. So it is a huge legacy. It's ours to own. We don't want other people to be owning it. And I think the responsibility is upon us to make sure that we own it.
That's the news. And I guess you will be seeing soon a Mapiano trail in exactly all these sites that have been created. A fusion of an authentic Gauteng South African experience, pumping and conquering in the sites that have just been declared World Heritage Site. An opportunity for young producers, an opportunity for musicians and the like to start leveraging this global phenomenon and now linking it to another statement, Nelson Mandela. I guess also an opportunity exists for some military veterans that actually were part of the liberation and be able to say, here in Sharpeville, when this thing happened, I was here, and this is where I took cover, and stuff like that. And I guess it opens up opportunities also to have new players that were not traditionally part of the tourism value chain. Transformation gets affected that, but it's a preservation of our story and our culture, narrated by the actual protagonists that were formed part of this. I think it doesn't get bigger than that.
It doesn't. And I think, this is why tourism is fascinating, because it just brings a lot of industries together. For me, it's history. So it's history, which means that film is probably a good catalyst to actually package our history and preserve it. So I always say, like, America, I love it. It's also another 101 for me for destination marketing, where the propaganda of film around America builds this thing about America that you think is great, but it's not. It's not what it is. The story is as good as who tells it. So if we gonna not tell, and our story is authentic, it's real, it's true, and it's African, and the experience is quite authentic. If we don't, the filmmakers must tell our stories. They must package them so that we preserve our stories and we're able to pass them on, and also allows us the opportunity, like, to have a Mandela film being shot by Americans. Why? When we are South Africans, Mandela is our Mandela. We don't shoot films about anybody's history, Lincoln or whoever, or Obama.
Yeah.
But why is a Mandela film being shot by somebody who's not South African, and who it's being initiated by people outside the country? If somebody,
the piano been done in Nigeria.
But yeah, I met this guys, but what are they called? Amafest.
Yeah.
And I'm like, they took our assets, they're making money out of it. I mean, what is this? Where are we? So I think it's about time that we are at the forefront of what we own. We are at the forefront of driving the narrative of the things that we own. So I hope a filmmaker out there, we've got beautiful story makers in this country. We've got amazing story makers, people who make beautiful films. Can you please just tell our story?
Filmmakers, there is a clarion call. You have been given a task to ensure that, among others, this place where we are, I always argue why we don't have the backhand information of what is happening in the Union Building. Just like we see White House in the films, it will be fascinating to open up the Union Buildings and see the West Wing and the South Wing.
Okay, I think I'm gonna quit and do
the President Office and the Chief of Staffs and the like. I think young filmmakers out there, come on, let's make it this. The piano story, it can't just be all BBC documentaries that are there about our own assets. So you had it right from the Chief Marketing Officer of South African Tourism. It's in your hands. That was another segment of Gauteng Live, coming to you direct from the Union Buildings, part of 702 Walk the Talk. We hope you have enjoyed our conversation. Do follow us on our socials at Visit Gauteng. On Facebook, we are I Love Gauteng. On Instagram at Visit Gauteng. We are also on Twitter at Visit Gauteng. Even on TikTok. Give us those challenges, the Bacardi challenges here in Pretoria. Share with us. Let's massify this, make tourism fashionable, lovable, and pioneer our country and our economy to greater heights. Second round.